Straight decisions.
Okay, let me know when we gotta get him on there, guys. Yep. Man, we're gonna have to get him on this cot, okay?
Go ahead.
I know. Well, let me get in there, man, okay? Let us get in there, hon, okay?
Okay.
Right, let us get in there.
Feet that way.
Ready?
And then follow him with the sheet. So we can just get the sheet up there. There you go. I think that's perfect.
Get these people back.
Pull that sheet through.
This all started with a 911 call on the night of December 31st, 2018, in St. Joseph Township, Michigan. Just before 11 p.m., emergency dispatchers received a call reporting that a man had been shot outside a home on Colfax Avenue. Officers and medics were dispatched immediately. When they arrived, they found 23-year-old Army Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III lying unresponsive in the driveway. He had been shot multiple times and was critically wounded. Officers worked alongside medics to stabilize Tyrone and get him into the ambulance.
Okay. You got two right here. Okay.
911, what's the address of the emergency? 911.
I need help. My husband.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I need help. I need help. My husband was shot. I need help.
Okay, where are you at, ma'am?
I'm at Colfax Avenue.
Colfax?
Yes, please.
Is this a house and apartment?
What is the house?
Okay, and tell me exactly what happened.
I know my husband bought us some food and he left out and me and my son were eating and I just heard gunshots and I put my son in the room and I came outside and my husband was on the ground.
Okay, stay on the line with me here, okay? Okay, ma'am. Where's your husband's outside? Okay, stay on the line with me. Ma'am, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath from me, okay? How many shots did you hear, ma'am? Ma'am? Hello?
I don't know. I just want to lie.
Despite their efforts, he died from his injuries shortly afterward at the hospital. At first, police didn't know what happened. Tyrone was a well-respected soldier, home for the holidays on leave from Fort Stewart in Georgia. He had been spending time with family and had just left a New Year's Eve gathering to bring food to his wife, Kemia Hassel, who was at home with their young son. There were no witnesses and nothing appeared to have been stolen. This wasn't a robbery. The crime scene was clean and there was no sign of struggle.
No. Do you have any idea what happened here?
No, he just brought us something to eat.
Okay.
We were sitting on the couch eating, and then I just heard gunshots.
Okay.
And I ran to put my son in the room, and I came outside, and he was laying on the cart.
Okay, how many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know. I just heard a lot.
Do you have any idea how this happened?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is serious, okay? I don't know what his condition is, but it does not look good, okay? So, if you know something...
I don't think he was beefing with anybody.
You know who he is?
My son. It's Tyrone Hassel III.
Tyrone Hassel III?
He's at the hospital right now, and Tyrone, everybody's up there. I'm gonna be honest, it does not look good.
Oh, no.
But investigators quickly realized this wasn't a random act of violence. It was a targeted ambush, and it wouldn't take long before suspicion turned toward someone in Tyrone's own life.
3.
And then number 4 is right there.
4. Maybe it was 4.
2 to the head, 1 to the neck, 1 to the shoulder.
Whoever shot him was either laying in wait or walked up on him because they shot him right up next to his truck right outside the door. It was a point-blank shot, I'm sure.
Somebody knows something.
Tyrone was described as disciplined, intelligent, and deeply committed to his military career. He came from a military family and had quickly advanced through the ranks. He was known to be responsible and devoted to his young son. He had married Kemia Hassel, who was also a soldier stationed at Fort Stewart. From the outside, they looked like a typical military family. But as police began digging deeper, they discovered that the marriage was falling apart, and that Kemia was hiding something. As detectives reviewed phone records and social media, they found that Kemia Hassel had been having an affair with another soldier, Jeremy Cuellar. He was also stationed at Fort Stewart, and he and Kemia had been in a relationship behind Tyrone's back for several months. They communicated constantly, even while Tyrone was home in Michigan. When police pulled Kemia in for questioning, she appeared composed and cooperative. But as the investigation progressed, inconsistencies in her story began to surface.
Did he just start working you? Did it start in Korea? Is that where everything started going? Because there's no doubt about it. This whole relationship's going.
In Korea, that's where it started. Like, we weren't sexual or anything, but we were really close.
But you are now.
We're really close.
You guys were probably sexual somewhere throughout all this. You have to be to have this kind of, for him to get this hold on you, he's had to break through sexually to you, I'm guessing, first.
Not even just sexually. I just was feeling so bad, like, with Todd. Like, nothing me not wanting to be with him, but just how I was being treated. I was just feeling so bad. And it's just like he was just there, like, listening and everything. Like, he listened, like, he listened to me, and I felt like with Todd, it was times where he wouldn't listen to me.
Kemia eventually failed a polygraph test, and when confronted, she confessed everything. She admitted that she and Jeremy Cuellar had planned to kill Tyrone so they could be together. But it wasn't just about the relationship. Kemia also stood to benefit from a $400,000 life insurance policy that would be paid out if Tyrone died.
You are not the one pulling the trigger. You need to get out front of this for your son, because you have a future. And I'm telling you, when they come and talk to me, I want to be able to say, hey, I gave her a test. Would she be involved with something? She's sorry that this occurred. Without a doubt you are, but don't let him put you underneath the bus, because that's where it's going right now. Because this isn't something you planned. This guy got into you, he got into your head, you guys are working together, he's playing you, and I don't mean it in a bad way. We all get played. We've all been in that situation.
So, when we were in Korea, I can't really pinpoint exactly when it was. Me and Todd had this big argument, and then, I came back into the building, I was talking to Jeremy, I'm like, man, I don't want to be with him no more. Like, and he was like, I can handle that, and I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, I can handle it. When I get back, I get a gun. I don't think he was getting cold feet, because every time that he would come out and wasn't able to do it, it was something. And then he was out there, and he was watching the house the whole time.
I know he was there.
I told him that he was bringing us back something.
The murder was planned in advance. According to her confession, the plan had been in motion for weeks. Kemia fed Jeremy details about Tyrone's schedule and daily routines. Jeremy had traveled to Michigan days before the shooting and waited nearby, ready to act when the opportunity came.
Yeah, because I knew all about it, and like I said, I probably could have stopped it, but the reason that I didn't, because I felt like he would, be mad at me or...
And not love you anymore?
Yeah, because I just felt like I wasn't getting that love at home like I wanted to. The money is part of it, yes.
Okay.
But main reason being is because I just felt like if I would have called it off, like, Jeremy probably would have, been upset at the fact that I called it off. And I didn't want him, mad at me.
Okay, but you understand, though, calling it off would have saved your husband's life. You could have divorced him. Was Ty a bad man?
Not bad enough for this. And honestly, that's just, my remorse. That's really how I feel.
I believe you do. I don't believe you do it today. But you put your needs and your wants above somebody's life.
I did.
$400,000 is not what Ty is. You felt it was before. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Yeah.
As Tyrone stepped out of his truck, Jeremy ambushed him and shot him multiple times, then fled the scene. Kemia stayed home the entire time, deliberately keeping her hands clean.
So, as far as now, are you sad that you planned this out with him?
Yeah, that's why, even though I wasn't being 100% truthful in the beginning, that's why I kept saying that.
Would you say you weren't 100% truthful? That's a kind of a major 100%. You were
saying that
25%. Would you agree that? I mean,
yeah.
that's huge. I mean, I almost think with these guys,
But that's why when I kept saying that, with what I know now, if I could, I would go back and not do it. I wouldn't even talk to Jeremy at all, knowing that everything would have gone like this.
But Jeremy was going to go and you called him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get why you called him back. I mean, knowing now, what do you think should happen to you right now?
I don't know. Because myself, I feel just as guilty as him.
After Kemia's confession, Jeremy Cuellar was arrested in Georgia. He didn't resist. During questioning, he claimed he was in love with Kemia and had been manipulated into going along with the plan. He admitted to shooting Tyrone, but insisted he was acting under Kemia's direction. Both were charged, Kemia with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder, and Jeremy with second-degree murder after accepting a plea deal. Kemia went to trial in July 2019. During the proceedings, the prosecution laid out the full extent of the plot, showing text messages, phone logs, and Kemia's recorded confession. They also emphasized the cold, calculated nature of the murder, highlighting how Kemia used her husband for financial gain while plotting with another man.
The evidence is never going to put the gun in her hand. It was Jeremy Cuellar that pulled that trigger, but it was at her direction. That gun was never in her hand, but her fingerprints are all over this murder. Murdered at your home in the driveway, New Year's Eve, 2018?
Yes. When I arrived, the paramedics was already there. And when they lifted him up, I saw my son, back of his head explode out. And his eyes were open. I looked at him to see where he was shot at, and I saw a hole right here.
She is just as responsible as Jeremy Cuellar. She needs to be held accountable, same as Jeremy Cuellar, because she is just as responsible. She assisted in this crime. She gave aid. She gave counsel. She procured it. She abetted to encourage it. All the evidence shows that. And she conspired with him to do it. What else shows that this was planned out ahead of time? Her own statements to her mother.
Why did all this come together? It was planned in Korea.
Surely, she was not giving a false confession to her mother when she said, "We planned
The
it."
jury found her guilty of first-degree premeditated murder and conspiracy. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Jeremy Cuellar, in a separate case, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 65 to 90 years in prison.